Hello, I'm Kim, and this here is Pigeon. Welcome. There are 3 of you tuned in right now. Thank you. If you joined early and are foam rolling, feel free to continue to do so through this intro. You might also use this time to finish setting up. I will not be playing music on my end of the camera, but you are welcome to on yours. I suggest gathering several different kinds of props, soft, flexible props such as a yoga mat or folded blankets or towels work well. Thicker props such as pillows, and then stiffer props such as yoga blocks and foam rollers, books and Tupperware work well as well. The benefit of doing this practice on YouTube Live is not being caught up in being able to watch each other, to feel a need to compare, to feel judged, to judge yourself, yet still knowing we've set aside this time for a shared experience. We will begin with a short movement flow followed by a seated meditation. Tonight we'll be doing 3 yin postures before final relaxation. If the pose I am doing does not suit you, feel free to use the time to do any posture, exercise, or meditation as a substitute. There will also be time between yin postures, a transitional time for a movement or stillness of your choice. During this time, there is no right position or correct alignment of traditional poses because there's no force applied and no progression goal. For each yin posture, I will suggest several different setups to feel lines of fascial tension, yet to relax muscular holding. For each posture, I'll demonstrate with minimal props or no props, and then add different props and variations. While I demonstrate, I really encourage you to use that time to be exploring different setups, different propping options, even if you've done it many times before. After my demo, I will return to a seated position to watch the time for 2 to 3 minutes. The position you land in should feel safe and comfortable to release all effort and muscular holding while experiencing quiet sensations. This is a practice of patience, stillness, subtlety. Let's begin. First, by moving my cat prop. I'm sorry, Pigeon. How about right here? So we'll begin hands and knees. I'm going to choose a place where I can be padded underneath my knees, but hands and feet can be on my hardwood floor, which just has a little more traction. And I'm going to begin in hands and knees with my toes tucked, and then I'm going to, from here, sit my hips back towards my heels, looking for a gentle stretch in the sole of my feet. Try to keep the heels upright. If the heels skate out to the side, then it'll be into your pinky toe and won't get through the big toe to your heel. So keeping my heels upright just as far as it feels comfortable for you. I might lift my knees off the ground. And then our next stopping point in this flow is going to be reaching my heels towards the ground. To get my heels in the direction of the ground, my hips will begin to lift, my knees will begin to straighten, but I'm going to keep my knees bent and my hips back, long line from fingers to hips, but really reaching the heels towards the ground, feeling a stretch in the back of the ankles, the low calf area. Breathing here. And then our next spot is beginning to straighten the legs. And you might get your legs all the way straight, or you might just feel more straightening and moving the stretch into the back of the knees and possibly into the hips. And then gently coming forward and placing the knees on the ground. Resting here in hands and knees. We'll move through again. This is our first position of rest, and then sitting back towards the heels, moving, stopping wherever you feel that gentle stretch in the soles of the foot. Breathing here. And then reaching heels towards the ground, beginning to lift the hips. Feeling a stretch in the backs of the ankles. And then beginning to straighten the legs. Moving the stretch up the back of the legs, breathing here. And then moving forward to gently return the knees to the ground. And then as an option to flow a little quicker and to flow with your breath, inhale here. Exhale, sitting back, stretching the sole of the foot. Inhale, lifting the hips, dropping the heels. Exhale, straightening the legs. Inhale, lowering the knees, resting gently. Exhale, dropping the hips back. Inhale, lifting the hips, dropping the heels. Exhale, straightening the legs. Oh, I might have messed that up. Inhale down. I will lead you one more time through and then flow at your own pace. When you flow at your own pace, you might choose to stay in each posture for multiple breaths, or you might just choose one breath per motion. So inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, hips go back. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, return to hands and knees. So continuing to flow at your own pace, making it your own, finding what works for you. I'm going to flow through one more time. And then whenever you're ready, taking your time, finishing that round, you might just take a moment, little transition time of your choice. One more movement flow. I'm going to come back to hands and knees. And actually for this, I'm going to neaten up my space slightly. So I'm going to lift my hips high. High hipped. You want a nice and long line from fingers to hips. So if the heels are off the ground and the knees are bent, that's just fine. If it's fine to straighten the legs, as long as you can feel like you're getting long length in your torso and through your shoulders. Pick up one leg nice and high, reaching that heel up and back. And then sweeping that foot back towards the floor, not quite touching the floor, and it might just hover here, or you might be able to bring it further forward. As far forward as it feels good. And then sweeping it up and back. Inhale here. Exhale, swinging it forward, compressing it towards your hands. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, tight compression. Inhale. Exhale. Flow at your own pace. Take one or two more. And when you're ready, coming back to the both hands, both knees, letting the knees come to the ground, and then taking any little transition. And we'll do the other side. Hands and knees. Other leg, whichever leg you didn't do first. Reaching the heel up, really extending that leg up and back, opening a long line. And then bringing it forward. Really pressing into the arms, bringing it as far forward as you can before sweeping it back. Inhaling here. Exhaling, driving forward, compressing, tightening, pushing. Inhale, reaching and lengthening. Exhale, driving forward. Flowing at your own pace. Taking another round or two. When you're ready, coming back to hands and knees. Maybe rolling the shoulders, waving through the spine. And then we'll be getting ready for the seated meditation. So for our seated meditation, you can sit in any nice upright position. So if you have a chair handy, that is a great place to meditate. Sitting sort of forward on the edge of the chair so that your feet can be on the ground and your spine can be tall. If you're sitting on the floor, I strongly suggest propping up somehow. You can do something smaller, but I'm a big fan of getting something a little more sturdy. And you can sit cross-legged, letting the knees fall down, creating a little more space and room for the hips. You can sit with the legs out in any variation position. You can also sit with the legs folded back. And then of course you can also prop any pressure points underneath the legs in any way that feels right for you. So, figuring out the posture that's going to feel really comfortable, that won't feel restricted at all, that you'll be able to sit in with minimal physical distraction. as you settle in, we can have palms up, down, or clasped in your lap. Eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze on the floor in front of you. Taking this time to settle in, to re-arrive in this space at this time. Allowing yourself to observe anything about your environment without needing to respond. Re-arriving in your body. Allowing yourself to observe anything that is there in your body without needing to react, respond, analyze, judge. Allowing yourself to observe without needing to assign a meaning to even your thoughts and feelings. Observe them as if they were not part of you. Observe them without needing to become attached, to follow them. Let them pass. Bring your awareness to your breath, observing its sensation, its rhythm, its movement. lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling a long and active breath move your body and change in sensation. And then gently nod your chin towards your chest. Opening your eyes and then reintroducing movement. You might choose some twists or some side bends. You might choose some standing postures. So, for our first yin posture, I'm going to begin without any props, and then you've got lots of options for props. I'm going to lie down on my back here, and I'm going to begin by walking my feet off in one direction. I'm going to, in this case, go to my right, both legs. And I'm going to go only as far as everything is still supported by the floor, that my hip didn't start to lift or tilt off the ground. And I might just leave my legs here in sort of a parallel position, or I might cross my left over my right. And then I'm going to shimmy my shoulders over towards my right, creating a longer arc. I'm looking for a connective tissue line from the outside of my right leg left leg, left hip, might be outer hip, might be in the sort of hip flexor area, in the inner groin, into the torso. And then I'm going to take my left arm and I might just open it up slightly to the side, simply going from palm down to palm up. I might reach it up. I might reach it over. And now here's a tricky thing. We want to be supported. So if it feels really good to have your arm further over, but it's floating up in the air, this is when you grab a prop and give it a little bit of support. And then how much support that you can still feel a little fascial tension, yet not so much support that it's gone. It's tricky because there's too much tension and too much sensation and too much stress, your muscles will want to grip and hold on to sort of protect you from going too far and injuring yourself. So you need to prop yourself enough that it feels safe so that you can really hang in your connective tissue. The muscles don't feel a protective instinct to resist the stretch. So sometimes I even bend my arm more fully. And then sometimes it can feel good to support underneath the heels. The heels might get pressure, or underneath that left knee. You might change the head position, and you might find slight variations that are yours alone, that work for you. So as you sort of figure out, cross and uncross the ankles, prop and unprop, sometimes it takes trying one position and going back to discover where you really want to settle in, to find that spot where you've been holding tension that you need to release. So now, as you let go of fidgeting and fussing, allow yourself to settle in, settling into the position that you have landed in and into your breath. It is normal to get distracted by your mind or your body, to feel the urge to fidget or respond to sensation. Every time that happens, come back to your breath. Sensations will change and fade. Some sensations might arise and appear. Allow yourself to simply watch. Watch the changing sensation without needing to change it yourself. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling how your breath changes the sensation of this posture wherever you are. And then gently coming out, walking the feet back, letting the shoulders shift back. And you might choose to just lie here in a more neutral position and observe the changes of sensation. Or you might choose more active counter movement. So you might choose bridging the hips up high. You might choose hugging the knees in tight. You might choose swishing the knees side to side. Any variations, anything that calls to you. And then we'll set up the other side. So this time, walking the legs towards the left. And you might leave the legs parallel or cross right over left. Shimmying the shoulders over to the left, creating this long line on the right side of your body from down by your ankle, knee, hip, entire hip area, torso, and then positioning the arm. And this side might need something different, or you might want to just try something different. But again, really taking the time to explore different places, figuring out where you want to go, propping in different ways, propping the heels, the legs, the arm, your head. As you explore your different positions, different propping. And then settling in. Settling into your breath. Settling into the floor. Letting your body feel fully supported. Feeling your bones rest on the floor and into your props. Letting your muscles be soft and hang off of your bones. Letting your breath flow naturally. And simply watching what happens when you stop trying and stop doing. Allowing yourself to find and release tension anywhere it is. In the line of fascial tension, but also in your jaw or your brow, your hands or your feet. Anywhere that you are fighting and holding that you can let go. You can find some release. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feeling breath in this posture. And then gently coming out. And taking a transition of your choice. Again, it might be stillness, it might be movement, it might be petting your fuzzy, furry prop. Nothing like a little pet therapy, aid in your relaxation. So, for our next yin posture, we are going to do something to open the front of the body, particularly in the arms and the shoulders and the chest. So without any real props, just a little something underneath my knees, I'm going to extend my arms out in front of me. My hips are high to create a ramp for my arms. So without any props, this is one variation. And then some variations without even adding any propping might be to turn my hands palms in as opposed to palms down, rotating through my arms. I might even come to more of a palms up position. Or I might go back to palms down and widen the arms, or let the elbows rest more and bend the elbows. I might change sitting a little further back or farther forward. And then I might choose a variety of props. So one option might be to prop underneath my chest. I'm choosing a block for a little height and the pillow for more cushion. So just right underneath my chest, my sternum. I might rest there, allowing me to relieve a little pressure, support the weight of my torso. I might choose to raise my arms. I might choose, I'm just moving the props out of the way, I might choose to have my elbows on my prop, my forehead on my prop. Right now I've got my palms facing in. I might choose to hold a prop in my hands, and I might choose to bend my elbows. You might choose any variation, a mix of variations, a mix of propping, of supporting, of altering. Experimenting and finding where you hit a sweet spot. And then settling in. We won't be here too terribly long. These are smaller tissues than in your hips and your torso. Allowing yourself to unfold and open, to breathe in to lines, to find space. Let it be okay to stop resisting, to let down your guard. Your body is not the enemy. Allow yourself to feel safe with each breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And then gently coming out very carefully, wherever you are, just carefully bringing the arms in. And you might simply choose to sort of curl up into a ball for a moment. You might choose to stay there. You might choose to sit up. And again, taking any movement or stillness that feels right for you. It could be in a sitting posture, or it might be in hands and knees, making shoulder circles. Moving side to side, twisting. Using this time to make this practice your own. And then we've got our last yin posture. We're going to target the hips, particularly the outer hips. The outer hips might move into thighs, and then definitely up the back along the spine, between the shoulder blades, and possibly into the brow. So we're going to start with, let's just say right over left. So you can have right over left in a very open position, just ankle over ankle. You can choose a little bit tighter. We can go ankle on top of knee. We can go ankle past knee. And then wherever the option for tighter or more open, at some point you're going to allow yourself to fold forward, to let the head hang, to let the arms be soft. Now there are lots of propping options. A great one is to prop underneath the hips. And I'm just going to choose one block, but you could prop higher or lower, prop with a different thing. Make sure you've got some padding underneath pressure points on the floor. I might choose to prop under a knee or wherever, depending on your leg position. I might choose to prop also my forehead. I could prop also in front of my legs. And then depending on your leg position, so here I might prop underneath the knee here, but if I was in a more open position, I might want to prop underneath both knees. Really just depends, and the position will just change slightly where you're feeling it in your hips. It will depend on your personal structure and where you are tight. Right? I might choose the other pillow. I might choose different propping underneath my hips. Again. So as you experiment, play with different positions for your legs, for your knees, for your torso. You want to allow yourself to feel like your head can hang, and if the weight of your head is too great, then definitely support it. But that head hang might really allow you to feel a nice release in the back of the neck or between the shoulder blades. And then settling in. Savoring a time of stillness and inaction. Gently lengthening and deepening your breath. Using these breaths to savor where you have landed, where you have settled, and then gently coming up and out. You might be ready to untwist the legs, but you might be ready just to leave the legs where they are and introduce movement into your upper body, twisting, side bending, perhaps leaning back. Taking any transition that feels right for you. And then when you're ready, setting up your other side, left over right. You can have a very tight cross. Some people can get their knees on top of each other. It's not me. And then you might choose propping underneath the hips. You might adjust where the legs are. And this side might need something very different. You might just want to try something different, or it might need something different. You might explore a place I haven't even gone. As long as it feels like it's hitting good lines, long lines, and not single points. So wherever you have landed, settling in. Remembering that distraction is normal. Simply coming back to your breath and allowing yourself to become absorbed in your internal landscape. Lengthening and deepening your breath. Feeling your breath in this position. And then when you're ready, gently lifting up and out. And again, taking any transition that feels right for you. Well, someone here is very relaxed. Pigeon here is the perfect Yin model because she never has any bodily tension ever. When you're ready, get in a comfortable position for our relaxation. Lying on the floor, you might choose to prop underneath the knees or the neck, the head. You might choose to cover the eyes with a soft cloth. As you lie in a comfortable, neutral position, allowing your breaths to flow in and out comfortably and naturally. Feeling fully supported by the floor. Allowing yourself to internally say goodnight to each part of your body, starting with your toes. Good night, toes. And quietly to yourself, saying good night to each part, feet, ankles, working your way up. As you lie here, fully relaxed, watching your breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And as you lie comfortably, reintroducing movement gradually, wiggling fingers and toes, spreading fingers and toes, rolling wrists and ankles, perhaps reaching out long and big. And then bring your palms together, rubbing your palms together. Lying here on your back, place your palms over your eyes. And then allow your fingers to massage your scalp, your brow, your temples, your jaw, your ears, the back of your neck. And then curl into a ball. Roll onto your side. Gently use your arms to help you sit up. We'll conclude with 3 breaths together. Together, inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. One more. Thank you to the 5 of you who practiced with me tonight. Please share your experience or your feedback. You can do so in the chat in this live stream. You can also email me at Kym, Kym, @zested.net. And then please visit our website to join our mailing list. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook. And then we'd really appreciate any support. You can support us by donating to paypal.me/zested. You can also support us by spreading the word and getting more people to enjoy this practice with us. Thank you. Have a peaceful night.